Hello everyone, today I'm going to solo Stratholme on a level 70 Paladin with green and blue items, so something you could probably do the moment you reach level 70 on the first servers. In this run, I'm going to render everything that I find, so we can estimate the amount of raw gold we can expect to make every single hour. But like I mentioned, the gear that I use is a combination of green and blue items, and I even have no enchants. So if you have amazing gear and you're not playing on the fresh servers, well, then you can also pull a lot of enemies at the same time and make even more gold. I always use my Hand of Reckoning when I need to pull the different enemies. The reason for this is because this spell does a bit of damage, but it also has a huge range. So it's an easy way for you to pull the enemies without having to run all the way to their location. Ever since Blizzard implemented the dungeon boosting nerf, then every 1 minute the enemies will also start to stun you. So it's important that you use your cooldowns and do as much damage as possible to make sure you kill them before they start stunning you. Because when you're stunned, you have no defense and then you will take a high amount of damage. For that specific reason, I don't pull too many enemies when I do this on a fresh level 70 character, because my defense skills and damage is already low. So by the time that you get even better gear, well, then you can also pull more enemies at the same time and increase the gold that you make. One thing we need to remember is that the enemies in Stratholme is undead targets. So because these are undead targets, well, then you can also use your Holy Wrath. This will do a high amount of AoE damage, but also stun the targets for 3 seconds. Also make sure to always use your Retribution Aura and drop a Consecration to do as much AoE damage as possible. To make this farm even better, then you can also level up your Engineering so you get the different grenades. These you can use to do even more AoE damage. On top of this, Engineering also allows you to craft a repair bot, and at this repair bot, you can repair your gear, but also render all the different items in your bags. This will save you so much time when your inventory is full, so you don't have to use your Hearthstone and render your items and repair your gear, and then go all the way back to the entrance. Instead, you can just do this right outside the instance, repair your gear, sell your items, and reset the dungeon. In Stratholme, you can also obtain the Stratholme Holy Water. This is a consumable you can use to do AoE damage to all undead targets. You can find these in different crates inside the dungeon. Right here you can see me loot one of the supply crates, and in this crate I get the Stratholme Unholy Water. There will be a lot of these crates all over the dungeon, so remember to loot them so you do even more AoE damage. Alright, so now you're also ready to do the final pull in this dungeon. Or well, at least the final pull that I always do before I reset the dungeon. When you get into this room, there will be a specific elite, and this elite will drop the key to the city. With this key, you can unlock different gates and even enter the dungeon from the other side. Because in Stratholme, there's 2 different entrances. What I always do when I do this pull is also to run into this building to line of sight the different casters. You can also do this with different objects and walls in the dungeon. But the main reason why I do this, well, when you line of sight the casters, they will have to get close to you, and then you can easily take down all the enemies at the same time. Then I also use my Judgment of Light on the target with the most health, because this target I can then continue to hit and regen a bit of health. This dungeon feels so comfortable when you do this as a Paladin, but you can also do it as a Protection Warrior, a Death Knight, and even a Feral Druid. To me, I just find this farm a lot more easy and enjoyable on a Paladin because of your shield, AoE damage, and your Holy Wrath, so you can stun all the enemies at the same time. But right here I finished the dungeon and I've spent around 14 minutes. Now I also have the key to the city, so I can enter the dungeon from the second entrance. And when you enter the dungeon from this location, well, then you just do it backwards. So how much gold did I end up making by doing one of these runs, and how much can I expect to make every single hour? To find out, I wintered everything and I made around 50 gold in 14 minutes. This is also more than 200 raw gold every single hour. In my opinion, 200 raw gold is amazing on a low geared character on a fresh server where you don't have to spend time going to the auction house. If you would like to see more Wrath of the Lich King gold making videos, investment videos and other stuff, then make sure to check out the channel or subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified the next time that I post one of these videos. As always, thank you so much for watching and have an amazing day. Peace.